Assalamu alaikum, it's me Halima Hajat. I am a holistic consultant and I'm here on the Health Podcast brought to you by UCTV and sponsored by AUDLEY Late Night Pharmacy. And today we're going to talk about Eid and Eid hangovers, right? And it's a real deal. So, it's really interesting because we've gone through the entire Ramadan. We've had this spiritual detox, a physical detox, mental detox, emotional detox, literally a detox in almost every single way, right? And it's kind of this slow, mellow, really calm, really blissful experience of Ramadan. And then we come up to Eid, right? And Eid is like the complete opposite. It's like the complete flip of Ramadan in that it just becomes hustle bustle. You're literally up at the crack of dawn, you're getting ready, you're going to eat salah, you're visiting family, you're eating, and you're literally eating everywhere you go, right? And it's just really, really full on, right? And I think we have to take a moment and just really think about, is this what Eid is supposed to be, right? Yes, Eid is supposed to be a celebration and go ahead and go celebrate and enjoy. But at the same time, we've just literally spent an entire month learning how to control, learning how to discipline ourselves, right? And then on Eid, what we end up doing is just throwing all of that out the window and just going the complete opposite. And what you'll find is that after Eid, right, we end up kind of experiencing this sort of Eid hangover, so to speak, when you kind of need recovery time. Like, you need to recover from just the craziness of what is Eid, right? And actually I have to put my hand up for that, because not after Eid but a couple of days after, I got really sick. I got really unwell. I had a full-on fever, temperature. My body was just like I had no energy, and I was really struggling for like a good day or so. I was just my temperature was just fluctuating and my body was just in complete shutdown mode, right? And you could probably hear it from my voice as well. Like, I'm still not fully recovered, and I think that's probably a compound effect from like the entire Ramadan detox, and then getting into Eid where it's just been full on. And then just after Eid as well, like, I was doing things that was kind of like, a little bit stressful. And I think my body just shut down, right? Or it just, like, my immune system just went so low that literally I just got hit by the first bug that I was exposed to. And this is what happens, right? When you are doing something which your body cannot literally deal with anymore, it will shut down. It will force you to stop. You will get ill. You will burn out. You will need to sleep and recover, right? All of these things happen. And so these are lessons for us to actually learn about ourselves, that actually, what was I doing? And can I do things differently, right? And so for me, I know that I need to do things differently. I need to take it a little bit easier. And I need to change the way that, especially if I'm rushing around and doing things, that for me, I get really stressed out when I'm really rushing around. So I know that I need to really sort that out and work around that, so I can have more of control over that rushing around, right? And it's the same with Eid. I think we need to also reflect on, what classes as a celebrated in Eid that we can celebrate and enjoy, but it is also a very blessed experience. If you would kind of look at how you experienced your Eid, could you hand on heart say that actually this was a very spiritual and blessed ending to a beautiful Ramadan? Can you say that? Right? Is that Eid? And so this is how we need to think about it, because Eid is supposed to finish off Ramadan, right? And you can enjoy yourselves all you want, but it needs to like really reflect on the experiences you've had. And so we need to kind of the Eid needs to kind of reflect that. right? And so take a moment and just think about that. Like, are you someone that you know, does really well in Ramadan, and when it comes to Eid, you just flip that switch, right? In which case you might have then also felt that kind of you know, needed that recovery time afterwards, right? Because your body has just gotten used to this new detoxed environment, and now all of a sudden it's kind of been exposed to something that it's overwhelmed with, right? And it's going to resist to that. That's what happens. So that was just a very, very quick message as we get back from Ramadan and into Eid, and getting back to our daily lives as well. Like, don't forget, like, we've got the 6 days of Shawwal that we can also fast, right? And we all know the spiritual benefits of that, of you know, the reward of that is the fact that you can get the reward of the entire year worth of fasting, which is great, right? But how many of us actually have especially after Eid, after that recovery time, feel like we want to fast, right? You know, it's kind of it's kind of sad almost that we've gone and experienced Ramadan, we've gone and experienced Eid, and then, you know, we kind of fall back into the same routine, when actually we've been doing it for 30 days anyway, so an extra 6 days isn't going to be that much of a big deal. And in actual fact, it should be easier because we don't have Tarawih to pray either, right? But most people won't take advantage of those 6 days of Shawwal, right? And, you know, for whatever reason, you know, we kind of get this mentality, this mindset shift of it, you know, being Ramadan and getting in the spiritual month. And now that Ramadan's gone, we're kind of, you know, hovering back to normal. But the entire objective of Ramadan is not just the worship and the transformation and the reformation for that month. The entire objective of Ramadan is to kind of give us some training, discipline and control so that we can continue that throughout the year. Right? When you listen to lectures, a lot of imams and scholars explain it as like Ramadan being your training period. Like you will go to a training, you'll get that training done, and then when you go to work, you expect to implement that training when you're at work. And so it's the same principle. In Ramadan, you are being trained, you are being disciplined, right? You are, you know, cultivating that in yourself. And then come out of Ramadan, everything you've learned is what you should be applying in your life thereafter, right? And that will make your life wholesome and transformative, and it will just you know, make you closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it will make all of your life more meaningful and more purposeful, right? And that is the objective. So if you are able to, please take advantage of those 6 days of Shawwal, right? Which you can still do even if you've not done. Just go ahead and just do it. Sometimes we just have to not think and just do it, right? You know, like, you might also still be experiencing, you know, sometimes when I'm eating, I'm like thinking, oh wait, am I fasting? Right? And sometimes a part of me is still in that Ramadan head, where like I'm having to think twice before I taste something or I eat something, because you know, like I have to remind myself, oh wait, actually I'm not fasting right now, I can eat, you know, it's back to normal. But actually that's a really good indicator. If you're experiencing that, you know, that little shadow thought of like, oh wait, I can't, I'm fasting, right? If you're experiencing that, that's a really, really good indication that what you've done in Ramadan is sticking with you, right? It's sticking with you, which means that you have the ability to actually like you know, it opens the doors, that the ability for that to stick with you means that other areas of Ramadan may also be sticking with you. And so use that hope, use that motivation to do better, you know, do those fasts, get them done, right? Make an intention. Like if you haven't in your Ramadan, if you didn't make goals about, you know, what spiritual things do you want to do for the year, get them down. in Ramadan, sometimes we make goals like, this year I'm gonna read all the Quran, or do a certain amount of khatams of the Quran or completions of the Quran, or I'm gonna read a certain amount of juz a day. I'm gonna read this book, that book. I'm gonna do a certain amount of prayer and dua. I'm gonna do my tahajjud. We make all of these intentions and goals and duas. Do the same for the rest of the year. Now that Ramadan is finished, like you are this different person. You're like fresh, like it's like you've been in this noor of Ramadan. You're like radiating, right? Come out of Ramadan now, right? And how do you want to live for the next 12 months before we get back to Ramadan again? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to create an intention for? What things in your life do you want transformation in? Right, where do you want to improve, and what kind of life do you want to, inshallah, live, so that it's a life of meaning and a life of purpose, right? And that could be in a variety of ways, whether that is in spiritual, whether that is your physical health, whether that's in your career, whether that's in your personal life and your relationships and your families, whether it's just for yourself and a hobby and just for you to find something for yourself. It doesn't matter. Move out of what you've been living in and start to live in a state of growth. Ramadan was that opportunity where it's given us a place where we shift out of what we used to. We're forced into this Ramadan environment, gives us an opportunity to reflect, to pray, to change, for things to become possible. And now we have the next 12 months to go ahead and live with that possibility, inshallah. So please take advantage of this. It's so powerful. And we want to live our lives to the best ways, right? And there's, and if there's something in your life that you don't enjoy, or you're sad about, or you're feeling depressed about, or you're angry about, or something you don't like, this is your opportunity to go ahead and do something about it, right? And what is it that you want from there? Like, what is it that you really want from there, right? And how can I bring back the love, the happiness, and the joy, right? Make those steps, inshallah, and create a place for forgiveness in your heart as well, right? That Ramadan is also all about forgiveness, and we make so much dua, right, for Allah to forgive us, right? So we also have to embody this and try and forgive people that have hurt us, right? And now that we're out of Ramadan now, this is a perfect opportunity for us to present that out to the world and actually live in the way of forgiveness, right? And forgive the people that have hurt us and start rebuilding those connections and rebuilding those relationships, right? Okay, and that's it. I'm going to leave it there for now. This was just a quick spiritual and motivational boost post Ramadan, as we've not been recording in Ramadan. I hope you guys had a lovely Ramadan and a lovely Eid, and inshallah, please keep in touch. As always, if you want to reach out to me, whether you're struggling with a chronic disease or whether you are just struggling with life and are ready to really change things and just want to really create a different life for yourself, just go ahead and email me at hello@halimahajat.com, which I'll leave in the description below. Okay, and that's it for the end of this episode. So this is your health podcast brought to you by UCTV, and it's sponsored by AUDLEY Late Night Pharmacy in Blackburn. Thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.